EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Cleveland. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Run.
Mayfield on first down. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Pistol.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Oh, here we go. Oh, kill.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Real.
Mike spot 4.
Real.
Here I come.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Right there, 54, right there.
Hey, alert 33.
Watch.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 37. Now Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is,
he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Come to my world. Check three.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Regular. Hey, alert.
Safety's creeping.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. Oh, it's a wobbler here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. For Dalvin Cook, if the early part of the season is any indication, it might be a two-horse race between he and Christian McCaffrey for the rushing title in 2019. And the Vikings, they have not been shy about using him, and he's responded with 100-yard games seemingly every week, including that Week 2 game against the Packers when he rushed for 154 yards. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The 20! And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Cousins now. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Front. Offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Alert, 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 alert. Watch out.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. We got 4. We got 4.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right?
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Hey, here I come.
Smooth.
Here I come.
My touch.
Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
55, come on.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, alert.
55, Mike, guy, 55.
Hey, seam 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike, 55.
Run.
55, Mike. Watch the flag.
Alert. My touch.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Pistol.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And this is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Real. Go. Pistol.
Too little, Captain.
Recon, 132 fighter. My touch.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
He's not going to get regular. Up.
54.
Hey, Charlie.
54. I'm coming.
6'6", bullet high.
Check, Mike.
Real. My touch.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say this is...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on, dude. Check 24. Slam.
Up.
Check the hot read.
General West. My touch.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Let's go.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
It's a party now. It's a party. Can. Hey, Steamer. No.
Cook following the penalty. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
61. Matchbox light.
On 2nd and a couple. Cousins complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Throwing. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 51 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get him. Regular. Kings.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
King. Let's go. Check nickel. 80 weapon.
First and 10 at the
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 49-yard line.
Point it right.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shamar Stephen able to drop him for a loss of a couple. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. First down, Mayfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Cook. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. The hook. Hey, Ken.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Rush in. Rush in. Shit. He's checking. Crash.
Check 52.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.